Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are safe. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome to today's Social Studies online class. In today's class, we are going to start our 14th chapter, National Movements in India, Partition and Independence, 1939 to 1947. Children, we know that World War II had begun in the year 1939. When the war started, most of the provinces in India were governed by the Congress ministries. What is the meaning of a province? Province means in those days, India was divided into provinces. Those provinces were ruled by themselves. British had given the permission to rule by themselves but under the British governors. So these are the areas that some countries are divided into with its local governments. The British Parliament had passed the Government of India Act in the year 1935. According to this act, all the provinces could hold elections and winning parties could form the governments. Children, according to this act, the Government of India Act, all the provinces could hold elections and the winning parties can rule the province. So by this, Congress party had won in 8 provinces out of 11 provinces, and all the Congress prime ministers working under the supervision of British governor. Children, you should know that when the elections were held, all the people were not given the right to vote. Only 12% is given for the provincial assemblies and 1% is given for the central assemblies. So like that, right to vote was not there for the whole population. The World War was going on. Now the Congress leaders were facing a difficult situation whether to support British in fighting the war or not. The Congress was divided on this issue. They wanted to fight against the fascist leaders like Hitler to protect the whole world. But some leaders don't want to support the British in the war as the British was not ready to give India full freedom after the end of the war. There were different political parties in Britain. At the time of war, Britain had an all-party government headed by Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister. The Conservatives wanted to maintain the empire in India as long as possible. In contrast to that, the Labour Party was more willing to help Indians to get their freedom. The British were willing to give India a dominion status after the war, after the completion of war. Children, here, what is the meaning of dominion status? It means most of the powers should be given to India under the British crown. But Congress wanted to give a promise of full freedom after the war. The Congress also demanded that an immediate national government should be set up at the center. But the British objected this. They said that they have to also protect the interest of other several communities in India. They meant that Congress did not represent all Indians like Muslims. That means they wanted to say that Congress means not all Indians. The British also said that Congress may be ignoring the interest of many other Indians, and so the British were required to protect the interest of the other communities. The government had got special wartime powers to maintain law and order, to be able to focus on winning the war. Here children, what government, whose government? It is the British government. The British government had got special wartime powers. What are these special wartime powers, children? That means when all these were concentrating on winning the World War II, they were given some special wartime powers to maintain law and order in the country, in India. Anyone who opposed the government could be jailed immediately and kept in prison for a long time without going to court. Children, you understand? Have you understood? Anyone who opposed the government, those who are doing any of the other activities which are opposing the government, can be put in the jail immediately, and without taking to court they can be kept in jail for a long time. People were not given freedom of speech. They were not supposed to have the freedom of speech. Through 1940 and 1941, the Congress organized a series of individual satyagrahas to pressurize the British to promise freedom once the war had ended. See children, in between these years 1940 and 1941, the Congress organized a series of individual satyagrahas. They were doing individually satyagrahas. For what they were doing like that? To pressurize, to bring pressure on the British government to promise to give full freedom after the war had ended. No major mass protest was launched at this time. In that period of time, 1940 and 1941, there were no major mass protest. That means no major movements were done between 1940 and 1941. The Congress was upset that the British refused to promise freedom to India and decided to walk out of the provincial governments. Children, in the beginning we have discussed that Congress was we had one in 8 provinces and it was able to form governments. Yes, Noma? So now the Congress was upset because British refused to promise full freedom to India. So they walked out of the provincial governments. All the Congress ministries who had come to power in 1937 resigned in October 1939. Children, why Congress government resigned in 1939? Because British was not ready to give them full freedom. Okay. So children, now I will be giving you all important points from this lesson, and just you go through that so that you can we can remember once again. We can recall the lesson once again now. The British government had agreed to give the Indians the right to rule themselves to some extent. So the British Parliament passed the Government of India Act in 1935. Children, once again see what is according to the Government of India Act 1935. According to this act, provinces could hold elections and the winning parties could form governments. So out of 11 provinces, Congress had won in 8 provinces and had a Congress Prime Minister working under the supervision of a British governor. And when the war was going on, the Congress was divided on the issue of whether to support British in fighting the war against Hitler or not. And most of the Congress leaders were opposed to Hitler, Mussolini and the idea of fascism. So they wanted to fight against these leaders. So they wanted to end their rule, and so they wanted to fight against these people. Winston Churchill of the Conservative Party wanted to maintain the empire for as long as possible in India. But the Labour Party of Britain was more willing to help Indians get their freedom. The British were willing to give the status of dominion to India under the British Crown soon after the war. That means, children, status of dominion here means, what is that? That means most of the powers should be given to India. British decided like that, but under the British Crown. But the Congress wanted a promise of complete freedom for India, and they also objecting that Congress is not meant for all Indians. Congress is ignoring the interest of many other Indians like Muslims. That is what the British followed, the divide and rule, started to follow divide and rule policy also in India, to divide the Muslims and the Hindus. The Congress was upset that the British refused to promise freedom to India and decided to walk out of the provincial governments. As we have discussed again, once again I am telling you, children, Congress was upset. Why? Because British did not promise them to give full freedom, and they walked out of the assemblies, provincial governments, in the year 1939. That is what is over, children, for today. And I'll be giving you homework in the inbox questions. We'll see that. Page number 202. Do you think Indians should have felt grateful to the British government for the powers given by the Act of 1935? Children, what you say? Do you think Indians should have felt grateful to the British? So, we may. Why? Because Indians may felt grateful to the British because of the powers given by the Act of 1935. Because we got an opportunity to rule our country to some extent because of this act. So that it is like, what is that? It helped us to form a government and to rule by ourselves after we got independence. Next, do you think the rise of Hitler was such a big threat to the freedom of humanity that Indians should have set aside their fight for freedom from the British and concentrated on the fight for a free world? Yes, it was rise of Hitler was a big threat to the freedom of humanity. Children, we have seen in the last class how cruel dictator Hitler was. Yes, and he go on conquering all the countries of the world. So our Indian leaders, they put aside our freedom fight and they wanted to join British in the war just to end the rule of Hitler. According to you, what would be the reason for and against supporting the British in World War II? Yes, children, what would be the reason for supporting the World War II? Just now what I said. What I said, ma? Hitler was a big threat to the freedom of humanity. To protect the human values, to end the dictatorship in the world, we should support the British in the World War II. And what is against? Why we should be against? That means, why? Because British was not ready. Those people were not ready to give India full freedom even after the end of World War II. That's why our some Congress leaders were not interested to support British in World War II. Children, now answer these inbox questions in your rough notes. This is your today's homework. Thank you.